For years, AAA games have stuck to the same formula: scripted action, controlled cameras, and dramatic scenes. However, you are the camera in virtual reality. Everything is under your control. AAA games have followed the same formula for over 2 decades. Cinematic presentation, controlled camera work, scripted intensity, carefully staged moments designed to feel immersive, but never unpredictable. Then VR enters the scene, and suddenly, the entire structure starts to crack. Because VR doesn't just change perspective, it changes power. To understand why VR creates tension, we need to define what the AAA formula actually is. At its core, AAA design is about controlled immersion. Developers decide where you look, what you see, when something explodes, when the music swells, when you feel powerful, when you feel afraid. Even in open-world games, your experience is guided through invisible systems: lighting, camera framing, animation priority, level funneling, AI scripting. You feel free, but you are never truly in control. That illusion is the foundation of modern AAA design. Now let's talk about the camera. In traditional games, the camera is a storytelling weapon. It zooms in during emotional moments. It shakes during explosions. It frames characters to maximize drama. The camera is invisible, yet it manipulates everything. In VR, the camera is your head. Developers lose control over framing. They lose forced perspective. They lose cinematic direction. If a massive boss enters from the left, you might be looking at the floor. That single shift destroys one of the most powerful tools AAA games rely on. AAA games are built around spectacle, large-scale destruction, scripted chase sequences, over-the-top set pieces, but spectacle requires distance. You need to see the building collapse. You need to see the army charge. You need visual clarity. VR replaces spectacle with presence. You are not watching the chaos. You are inside it. And when you're inside it, large scripted moments become disorienting instead of cinematic. The very thing that makes AAA games impressive can make VR uncomfortable. AAA combat systems are designed for precision through abstraction, mouse aim assist, animation canceling, input buffering. These systems create responsiveness beyond physical reality. VR removes abstraction. Now you must physically aim, physically reload, physically turn. That sounds immersive, but immersion increases friction, and friction slows down intensity. AAA games rely on fast feedback loops. VR relies on physical limitation. These two philosophies clash. Let's talk about scripted sequences. In traditional games, a character grabs your arm. The camera locks. You are dragged into a cutscene. The world transitions seamlessly. In VR, forced camera movement causes discomfort. Cutscene transitions feel artificial. Loss of control feels aggressive. AAA design assumes temporary surrender of player agency. VR players resist that surrender because in VR, control is not just mechanical, it's physical. AAA realism depends on animation blending and camera tricks. Third-person animations look smooth because the camera hides imperfections. In VR, your hands are tracked independently. Any mismatch between your real motion and the in-game animation breaks immersion instantly. In traditional games, animations sell the fantasy. In VR, your body must sell it. That's a massive design shift. Here's something counterintuitive. AAA worlds often feel smaller in VR. Why? Because scale becomes literal. In flat games, distance is abstract. You move fast. You sprint endlessly. Traversal is frictionless. In VR, movement must consider motion sickness, physical turning, comfort systems, teleportation mechanics. Speed decreases. And when speed decreases, world scale must shrink. The illusion of epic scale becomes harder to maintain. There's also a production reality. AAA development budgets depend on massive player bases, predictable hardware standards, standardized input systems. VR fragments that ecosystem. Different headsets, different tracking systems, smaller install base. Designing a true AAA VR experience isn't just creatively difficult, it's financially risky. And AAA studios avoid risk. There's a deeper psychological layer. AAA games are about empowerment fantasy. You are stronger, faster, more precise than reality. VR removes that exaggeration. You are limited by your body, your aim shakes, Your reactions are human. Your endurance matters. That makes experiences more authentic, but less power fantasy-driven. AAA thrives on fantasy amplification. VR thrives on embodiment. Those are not the same emotional goals. So does VR break the AAA formula? Not exactly. It exposes it. It reveals how much of modern game design depends on illusion, abstraction, and controlled perspective. And in the next part, we're going to look at specific examples of AAA mechanics and analyze why they collapse the moment you put on a headset. Let's start with boss fights. AAA boss design relies on spectacle and readability. The camera pulls back. The arena is framed perfectly. Attack animations are telegraphed from ideal angles. Health bars signal progression. It's a choreographed performance. In VR, that choreography breaks. If a boss is too large, you can't see it fully. If it moves too fast, tracking becomes overwhelming. If the arena is too wide, physical turning becomes exhausting. Boss fights in AAA games are designed to be watched while being played. In VR, you cannot separate those two things. You are not observing the boss. You are physically sharing space with it. That changes fear. That changes pacing. That changes balance. AAA open worlds depend on speed. You sprint across fields. You drive at unrealistic velocities. You fast travel constantly. Movement is compressed for engagement. In VR, high-speed traversal causes discomfort. So developers introduce teleportation, snap turning, artificial vignettes, reduced acceleration. Every comfort system adds friction. Every friction point reduces flow. And flow is critical to open-world engagement. Without seamless traversal, exploration feels slower, more deliberate, less impulsive. AAA open worlds are designed around freedom through velocity. VR replaces velocity with embodiment. And embodiment demands patience. AAA combat systems are optimized for repetition. You can dodge roll 50 times, fire 300 bullets, chain abilities endlessly. Your fingers don't get tired. In VR, combat consumes physical energy. Holding your arms up causes fatigue. Manual reloading slows pacing. Dodging requires real movement. This introduces something AAA design rarely accounts for: physical exhaustion. A 30-minute intense VR combat session can feel like a workout. AAA games are designed for extended play sessions. VR naturally limits session length. That difference alone reshapes game structure. AAA storytelling relies heavily on cutscenes, high-fidelity facial animation, precise camera framing, controlled emotional beats. In VR, cutscenes are problematic. If the camera takes control, discomfort occurs. If it doesn't, the emotional focus becomes unreliable. Should the player stand still? Can they walk away mid-scene? What if they look at the ceiling during a dramatic confession? Traditional games enforce attention. VR cannot fully enforce it without breaking immersion, and that creates narrative instability. Many AAA games rely on third-person perspective. Why? Because it allows spatial awareness, character expression, cinematic framing, combat readability. VR is inherently first-person. Translating third-person mechanics into VR often creates awkward hybrids. Either you detach from embodiment, or you sacrifice clarity. That's why many iconic AAA mechanics feel unnatural in VR. They were never designed for embodied perspective. Here's the critical shift. Maybe VR isn't breaking the AAA formula. Maybe it's revealing its dependence on abstraction. AAA games rely on invisible assistance, camera manipulation, input forgiveness, artificial pacing. VR removes many of those invisible systems. And when they're gone, the structure underneath feels exposed. Not broken. Exposed. So does VR break the AAA formula? No. It challenges it. It forces developers to rethink control, rethink pacing, rethink spectacle, rethink what immersion actually means. AAA games are built to be experienced from a distance, even when you feel close. VR eliminates that distance, and when the distance disappears, the tricks disappear too. The real question isn't whether VR can adapt to AAA design. It's whether AAA design is willing to evolve, because if it doesn't, VR won't break it. It will replace it.